Hey everyone, it's Harley Stroh, and tonight I'm going to share with you some adventures that I've written for Dungeon Crawl Classics. If you're new to DCC the RPG, congratulations, welcome, welcome to the band. There are a ton of adventures to choose from. And if you're judging Dungeon Crawl Classics for the first time, my condolences. There are a ton of adventures to choose from. So where does one begin? Tonight, I'm going to give you an adventure path born out of adventures that I happen to have written, but hopefully they'll inspire you to consider, the whole catalog of DCC RPG adventures, for whatever best suits you and your game. So we're going to start with DCC 67, Sailors on the Starless Sea. So since time immemorial, you and your people have toiled in the shadow of the Cyclopean ruins up on the hill. Of mysterious origin and the source of many a superstition, they have always been considered a secret, best left unknown by the folk of your hamlet. But now something stirs beneath the ruins. Beastmen howl in the night, and your fellow villagers are snatched from their beds with no heroes to defend you. Who will arise to, defeat this encircling chaos? So DCC 67 is the first adventure we published for Dungeon Crawl Classics, and it's been reprinted a number of times. And I think it's so successful because its inception point is very D&D adjacent. There's a keep on the hill, it harbors evil. What are we going to do about it? But incrementally, the adventures, it starts with those familiar tropes and then slowly, moves towards what we've come to know as kind of the core drama of Dungeon Crawl Classics adventures. So by the end, your heroes are halfway up a ziggurat that's situated in the center of this starless sea. There's an army of beastmen below. There's the reincarnated chaos lords above, silhouetted by flames at the top of the ziggurat. Meanwhile, the cavern ceiling is collapsing. These massive boulders are falling, creating a tsunami that's threatening. The waves are threatening to wash over the top of the ziggurat. And so you and your heroes, after having defeated the Chaos Lord, are going to leap atop this long boat and be borne away, by these massive waves to whatever adventure lies in wait. And that's all level 0. You haven't even chosen a class yet. So that's DCC 67. So you're carried away by this longboat. You're choosing a class, making a pact with some dark lord, or praising offerings, to some god, choosing a class, and that longboat, washes ashore somewhere. Just happens to be outside the village of Herat, which is DCC 66.5. And Herat is beset by a demon beast. Every night, when the sun goes down over the far mountains and the candles burn low, there's this howl off in the distance. And every night, this demon beast comes for its offering. And so, whether you are a warlord or a pauper, a crone or a child, no one's safe. This beast demands his offering. Worse, it's immortal. So, whether you, to defeat the immortal hound, swords are not enough, spells are not enough. You're going to need to delve into the secrets, the ancient holds of the savage kings to forge a weapon or some sort of means of battling this immortal demon hound that's plaguing the town of Herat. This gives the characters a town and many NPCs to interact with. There's a threat from without, obviously, the demon hound. There's the threat from within, the rulers of the town that are threatened by these reavers that have come as saviors, and that brings you through level 1. And so the PCs, if they persevere, they wrap up whatever quests spill out from this adventure, and you're looking for something for level 2. Well, about this time, your casters are getting more powerful. Perhaps a spell goes awry. or perhaps the thief, pries a gem from a demon idol, and there's a flash of magic that both of those, the spell going awry or the flash of magic take you to rather, this demi-plane that's ruled by three magicians, forever trapped in this eternal war against one another. That's DCC 78, Fate's Fell Hand. So awash in this sea of phlogiston, these three magicians are vying for mastery of their contained universe, but this demi-plane is slowly shrinking. And so, with each passing day, the PCs have to make, the decisions they're afforded are growing smaller and smaller and smaller. Forcing the characters to make a choice, to choose sides, choose an allegiance between these three factions, before the shrinking demi-plane collapses upon them. Having escaped that, that's level 2. Having escaped that, now our characters, they're come upon the city of Punjar or Lankmar, could be Waterdeep, in a fantasy city, to the best serves your campaign. They're probably low on coin. They're looking for some gold, some easy gold. So of course they're going to go questing for the jewels of the Carnifex. And they're at the end of a forgotten back alley in the weird and otherworldly marketplace of the faiths known as the Bazaar of the Gods, are the ruins of this forgotten chapel. Once the cult of the Carnifex was celebrated throughout the city of 1,000 gates, but a band of holy warriors, right? These paladins, righteous. They rose up against the cult of executioner torturers, the Carnifex, and they cast down her signs and scattered her devotees to the wind. And the fate of the Carnifex, and more importantly, her jewels, was never known until tonight, right? When our PCs rather, are going to delve beneath the ruins and discover what happened to the jewels of the Carnifex. It takes us through level 3. Still in Punjar, our PCs emerge from the ruins, perhaps richer, perhaps wiser, but also perhaps they've lost some companions in their journey thus far. And sadly, DCC, the RPG, has no resurrection spell. There's no reincarnation. But what can you do? You can quest for it. So our player characters are going to go into death's door. They're going to go into the realm of death itself, in an effort to win back the soul of their lost comrades. And they're going to do that in Blades Against Death, DCC 74, where it's literally just that. They're going to venture between the realm of the living and the dead, and have this opportunity to cheat death, the god of dooms itself, in an effort to win back the souls of their companions and their allies. And in the hope, and if everything goes well, they all escape. They've brought some fellow companions back from literally from death's domain, back to the domain of the living. And that takes you to 5th level, and which at which point the DCC RPG is wide open. You have Peril on the Purple Planet. You can cast our heroes across the cosmos for some planet and swords and sandal hex exploration. You can explore the depths of Aerith and journey to the very center of Aerith. There's hundreds of adventures for you. So anyhow, I hope this is useful. I hope this gives you a starting point for some of your campaigns. And most of all, thank you for playing DCC RPG. Welcome to the band. If you do play any of these adventures, I hope you'll let us know. Tell us your tales. And, welcome to the pit, Gong Farmer. Have a great night.